Now this folklore creature is typically portrayed as an old witch. A banshee was considered to be a harbinger of death and doom. She's known in Ireland by many names: Little Washerwoman, Hag of the Black Head, Hag of the Mist, among others. Apparently, she was a fairy woman, a spirit linked to the realm of the dead, and if you spotted her, you'd be praying for the safety of your family, because it was likely that one of them would soon be joining her. The name Banshee is derived from the Old Irish for women of the fairy mound. Her name is connected to the various mounds of earth dotted around the Irish countryside. Now these symbols traditionally covered a grave or a number of graves and were said to be home to the spirits of the dead. Now Little Washerwoman comes from tales of her being sighted washing the bloodstains from the clothes of individuals who were soon to die. Even if you didn't spot her, the Banshee could signal her arrival by shrieking, wailing, or keying. Her shrieking was said to be able to shatter glass, so just imagine you're sitting in your kitchen, enjoying your little porridge or soup, whatever people eat these days, and all of a sudden your glass just shatters, and you see a Banshee outside shrieking at you. What do? First accounts of this creature date back as far as 1380, and mentions of the Banshees can even be found in some Norman literature from that time. There are also similar tales of witch-like creatures signaling impending doom in Scottish and Welsh mythology as well. And if you hear any noise, that's just my youngest screeching in the other room. Now the Banshee would typically appear in three forms: as a young maiden, often to lure people toward her with sweet singing similar to that of mermaids and their siren songs; a full-figured martyr, or an old wretched crone. Whatever her form, she would be dressed in a grey cloak, and her eyes were permanently red due to constant weeping. She was a predictor of death, and would often appear before someone entered a situation where it was unlikely they would come out alive. These are old tales of battles being abandoned by soldiers because after hearing wailing in the woods just before tussling with their enemies, terrified by the thought of the Banshee signaling their impending doom, they would flee the scene. Fleeing soldiers would usually be killed by their enemies, their own armies, for desertion, or simply by the elements if they stayed in hiding. And with every death, the legend of the Banshee would grow and grow. Shrieks from the forest are never pleasant, even in the 21st century with our rational minds, but when a blood-curdling howl is there to welcome you or your loved ones just out back, you can imagine how the Banshee quickly became one of the most feared and featured creatures in Irish folklore. So just imagine that. Back in them days, you're in your house, enjoying your time with your family, then all of a sudden you start hearing screeching in the woods. What could you possibly think it could be back then? Nowadays, it could be a who knows what. But everybody, that is a rundown on the Banshee. Have you ever heard of the Banshee? If you have, let me know. I believe there actually is a portrayal of the Banshee in the horror movie The 13th Ghosts, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure one of the characters in there is a Banshee. But everybody, this is Monsters Folklore. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. Drop a like, comment me your opinion, subscribe, share this video with all your family members, co-workers, let your dog watch it, all that good stuff. And I'll see you later.